Have you ever woken up and wondered, is this really who I want to be? And what if I told you that the most powerful transformation in your life begins with a single conscious choice, one that you have to make every single day? Most of us believe our identity is set in stone. Well, I'm just me, we say, as if who we are is something permanent, unchanging. But the truth is, every day presents us with a crossroads. We can choose to stay the same, or we can choose to become more and more aligned, more whole, more ourselves. You might not realize it, but every decision you make, where you work, who you love, the habits you keep, even the thoughts you allow, shapes the person you become. Sometimes it feels like life just happened to us. But what if I told you that you have far more power than you think? You might ask yourself, why would I have to make a daily decision about who I am? What do you even mean? I am just me, that's it. Me, all the time. Well, yes and no. Of course you're you, shining through in every moment. Your temperament, your character, family history, and the things you do today are based on previous decisions. You choose a career, a marriage, the country you want to live in, and the people you want to surround yourself with. Some of those things look like it's just a given. I never consciously chose to be placed in this team, under this kind of boss. But ultimately, you decide to stay, which is a decision too. We take many things for granted, but actively choose a lot more than we often want to admit. And every skill, every talent and way of life must be chosen and nurtured daily, or it will just fade over time and might not be available to you. Similarly, what you decide daily has no other chance than to grow stronger and serve you better. It is confusing sometimes because when we relax and fall back into our eternal being and get into touch with our soul, when we are in that zone, while we fully align with all there is, it feels like there is nothing to choose. Everything just simply is. But on a personal level, we have to choose, not just from time to time, but daily. What you do and what you practice ultimately shapes who you are and what you become. I needed to learn this the hard way. See, since childhood, my strongest interest has always been healing. Healing not just on the physical level, it is about restoring wholeness. In my youth, I thought the best way to do this was through the arts. We all know the Greek drama delivers an intense and potentially life-changing catharsis at the end of the play. This moment of knowing thyself felt like the greatest act of human healing that can be experienced within a profession and also delivered to others as a vessel through which healing can occur. But being a theater actor, it can be really hard. I worked on many unpaid projects and was a house cleaner for years to sustain myself. It just didn't feel sustainable. So I moved on and discovered that people can build a connection with themselves again through physical touch. I witnessed countless times that during a massage, people would gain special insight, have an emotional somatic release, or were able to relax to a point where they released the pressure of a seemingly unsolvable situation. But as a massage therapist, I also saw a lot of physical ailments. It made sense to me to go through nursing training and discover Western medical approach. While it was beyond satisfying to see how the correct antibiotic treatment could turn around a person's life-threatening situation, the treatment of physical symptoms also felt like destroying the red blinking alarm light instead of addressing the root cause. Restoring wholeness is a giant endeavor, and I am a pretty long way away from it. For me, the closest that I've witnessed was the spiritual reading. I attended an advanced mediumship course in London, and just because we were all addressed as advanced spiritual healers, a whole world opened up. While I was sensitive and trained my body to subtle perception, an entire world started to open up in this mediumship seminar. I began to see people's auras. I saw spirit guides standing behind their human, and the best of all, I saw these radiant colors and energetic pathways flowing within and around my fellow seminar friends. This clairvoyant opening lasted for about a year. Then, slowly, over time, I stopped seeing. The only thing that stayed with me was a deep sense of knowing and perceiving certain pictures. But I believe it had to do with something so mundane as a daily choice. While clairvoyant, I witnessed a few people being in pure bliss after the reading of their aura, of their talent and their purpose. I saw people's enthusiasm in people's faces when I delivered the solution to their physical ailments. But over time, I saw people returning with the same questions, stuck in the same old patterns, just recreating their old ways, the same physical ailments, the same neglect of their talents. This frankly discouraged me so much that I eventually stopped doing many readings. And you guessed it, my clairvoyant ability closed down and is no longer available to me. This is based on daily choice. You need to choose your path every day, and either you want it or you don't. I can't describe how much I miss seeing people in their real way, in their true colors. Still, something inside me found that words were obviously insufficient to help people restore wholeness. It feels like just one more step on my way. I completed my doctoral studies in integrative medicine. This healing method is based on the cosmology of quantum physics and the entanglement of human consciousness, physical, mental, emotional, supramental, and transcendental layers, while accepting this cosmology of the interdependence of the systems. Finding the way to restore wholeness is only found in the alignment with the transcendental part of all of us. Since the lower levels of human consciousness, like the mental, emotional, and the physical, they always react to the higher part. That's why you can treat physical symptoms. The disease will persist or reoccur if there's no inner change. That's why you can balance the emotions and fall in love for some time, but wake up to a rough reality over a few weeks or months. And that's why you can have a mental thought or insight that lights up your days, but fall back into a spiral of destructive thinking by waking up the next morning. That's why you can connect to your supramental archetype and heal your life for a few months or years even, until you get tired and eventually fall back into the same old. And that's where I am right now. I learned all about the layers of human consciousness and how to take care of them to restore more wholeness. And the next step is the ultimate alignment. I agreed to a spiritual initiation because restoring wholeness is best achieved from top to the bottom, but also flowing from the bottom back to the top. While I'm in the very first initiation period of becoming a true spiritual healer, the commitment is simple. Do it and commit every single day. And this is what I learned. Life happens on the physical. Is a soul-infused personality that takes action every day to become more of what you want to be. With this said, I want to encourage you to take action today. Who do you want to be? Which intention for your life and the aspect you want to represent are you choosing today? What is your most significant interest? Can you express what you're searching for in a physical form, or align with your soul and inform your thinking, emotions, and a cascade of physical reactions triggered by truly being who you want to be? And most importantly, let go of the outcome. So if you like this video, please stay on the channel and watch some more soul and personality merging content. And please subscribe to my channel. It means the world to me to start a conversation with you and hear from you. Much love, Dr. Sarah.